I'm Maggie Harding with the Graphic 45 design team. Today we're going to make some tags. And these are going to be quick tags so that you can make a lot of them in a very short length of time. So here's 3 different ones that I've made. This one's a little bit different, just a slight variation. I'm going to show you how I did both of them. Okay, for me, the secret to making a lot of tags is to do an assembly line process. Plan my design, cut my pieces, and then put them together. So our pieces are going to be a rectangle that's 3 7/8 by 5 inches. Cut as many of these as you want to make tags. Then we're going to have a smaller rectangle that's 2.5 by 4 3/8. We're going to die cut an oval frame, and we're going to die cut a little sprig of greenery. Now the die that I've used is Spellbinder's Opulent Ovals Nestabilities. It's the second largest one. And my little sprig here is Elizabeth Craft's Sprig with Berries. You can use whatever you have. If you don't have die cuts or dies, you could just cut an oval. Okay, then you're also going to need some tags. I'm using Graphic 45 Staples tags. This happens to be a packaging tag, but it's the very same size as the Staples, so I want to make use of these. I love to recycle things when I can. I'm using Graphic 45's The Christmas Carol collection, and there are 2 cut apart pages. One of them is Figgy Pudding, that's this one, and this one is Scrooge and Marley. I'm using this particular one, and I've just cut the little picture out of the tag that it's on. Okay, let's get started. Now, first thing you want to do is clip your corners. And I would clip the corners on all the pages at once. If you want to ink, you should ink them all at once. Okay. Then your next size, you can leave it just like it is. I decided that I wanted to just give the corners a little bit of a decorative punch, so I'm using a We Are Memory Keeper's punch here to clip little corners. Oops, and I messed up that one. Let's re-clip that. There, that's better. Okay. Gotta be some red ink here somewhere. Again, ink all your pages at once. It'll go quicker that way. Okay, now a little time-saving tip when you're die cutting. If you put your paper, then a piece of wax paper, and then your dies will pop right out, and you don't have to spend all that time gently lifting them. The wax paper really helps them come out quickly. Now, if you're using a recycled tag like I am, you're also going to want a piece of paper to go on the back, and I've just cut a piece of cardstock, and I'm going to clip the corners real quick. Okay, that's it. So now you've got all your pieces assembled there in little piles, and now we can put this together really quick. I like to use glue, but you can certainly use a tape runner just as well. I use glue because I seem to have trouble getting my paper lined up perfectly. So I find that glue's a little faster, works a little better for me. You'll want to use a brayer to smooth out your glue. Whoops. Okay, there we go. First layer. Second layer. Kind of put this off on the side and kind of center it from top to bottom. Make sure that when you brayer it that it doesn't move off position, and that you don't get ink all or glue all over everything. And if you do, wipe it off. Okay, then our next layer is going to be, let's go ahead and put the back on before we put the next layer on. Now we're going to use some tape to pop up this next layer. You can do that or not. I just am a real big fan of dimension and popping things up, so I do that a lot. Just a personal preference. Center your oval frame from left to right and top to bottom, but make sure you leave enough space for your to from label. And you want to center your cutter part on your oval frame. There you go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now we have this little sprig that I've cut. And I can't remember if I told you that's from an Elizabeth Crafts die, but McGill makes one. You know, use whatever you have. Any kind of a little greenery sprig would be pretty. Then I'm gonna use hot glue and touch that right there. Okay, then I'm just going to thread through a little bit of twine here so that I have something to tie my tag on with. You could put a bow up here, but I plan to tuck these up under my packages, so I don't really want a bow up there at the top. But I think that's pretty and it'll look nice on your package. Okay, so that's one tag. There you go. You can see how quickly that went. If you had all your pieces here, you could put together a whole bunch of them in not very much time. Now I have a second tag here, and this one there's a slight variation. Instead of using this second small rectangle there, instead I die cut a little frame. And this is Spellbinder's Decorative Labels 8. So I'm going to do that instead of that little rectangle. And let's use some more, get some more poinsettias. I'm using Petaloo's Darjeeling poinsettias. These are really pretty. As you can see, these are quick little tags to make and they're really pretty. I've got a couple of little stick pins here from Petaloo that I thought would be pretty to tuck in here. And just for a little extra added embellishment. And there we go. Doesn't that look nice? Oops, get the glue off. So there you go. Quick and easy tags. Thanks for watching.